Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Chris and today we're going to be taking a look at a new series called Beginner's Speed Solving. A lot of my subscribers actually use the beginner's method and they requested a video in which I tell you guys some of the ideas that I introduced using the Friedrich method or CFOP when solving the cube. For the sake of those of you who do not know what CFOP is, I'm going to show you really briefly. Basically it's split into 4 steps. The C stands for cross and you basically solve the cross on one face. The F stands for F2L or first 2 layers, and that involves putting in these edge and corner pairs alongside the cross. The O stands for OLL or orientation of the last layer, and that is getting all of the yellow pieces correctly solved on the top. Finally, the P is the permutation of the last layer, and once you've done the yellow layer you solve this final band using an algorithm, and then of course the cube is solved. In this video though, we are going to be doing the cross, and I'm going to be showing you guys how it works and how you can solve it in as few moves as possible. Before we actually begin though, I just need to mention a few things that you might need to know. First of all, you need to learn the colour scheme of your cube. Most Rubik's Cubes nowadays have a standard colour scheme, and that is white, red, blue, yellow, orange, green. And if you learn that, you are pretty much good to go. Please bear in mind though, some cubes do not use this colour scheme, so you either need to change the stickers or learn the colours on your cube in particular. In the beginner's method for solving the cross, a lot of tutorials tell you to get all of your edges onto the yellow face, and from there turn them all down until you have them on the white face like so. This does take a lot of time though, and it can be done faster in many less moves. Just to demonstrate some of the things you can do with the cross, I'm going to be using this cube in particular. It is just a normal 3x3, but I've removed most of the stickers, leaving just the centers and the 4 white edges. Some of you may not start with the white face, but I think the majority of people do, so I'm going to be using that face for the cross in this video. There's a standard belief that the cross can be solved in 8 moves or less, most of the time 6 moves or less. So it can be done very quickly in just 2 to 3 seconds. The trick is just working it out in your head before you start solving. So here we have a scrambled cross cube, and this is actually a pretty horrible scramble. Gosh. But it shouldn't be too difficult to solve. Again, you can do it in 8 moves or less. So if you do find yourself doing more than that, you are probably missing something and you just need to think about it again. So the edges can be identified as good or bad edges. So we have the 4 edges here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good edges are good because they can be placed on the white face in one move. That is 90 degrees or 180 degrees. So as you can see, this piece is a good piece because it's already there. This blue piece is a good piece because all it takes is 90 degrees to reach the white face. However, these 2 pieces are bad edges because no matter what you do, it's going to take 2 moves to match up this white. It's the same with this orange piece here, 2 moves to match it up with the white. The trick to solving the cross quickly is to use the good edges to turn the bad edges good, if that makes sense. Let me demonstrate. If this piece is white and red, it means that this piece has to be white and blue. So if we actually turn the cube like so, we put in the blue edge and suddenly this is a good edge. From there we can put in the green piece and suddenly this piece is also a good edge, and alas, the cross is solved. If you are a beginner, it is going to take a little while to get used to this. It requires a lot of thinking ahead, a lot of moving the cube in your head before you do turns, and this is the kind of thing you have to do in the 15 seconds of inspection time. It will take a while to get used to, but trust me, you will be able to do it. Okay, so let's have a look at another scramble. Okay, so first things first, we need to find all 4 edges. So we have 1 here, already in the right place and flipped correctly. 1 here. This is a bad edge. Another one here, also a bad edge, and then finally a good edge here. So what we need to do is somehow get the bad edges to good. And this one actually isn't too difficult, but it is going to waste a few moves. So what I would do here is I would move the blue piece out of the way in order to put this orange piece in and then put it back. From here I would put in the green edge in 2 moves, and that turns this red edge good. So we replace the orange, put in the red, and the cross is done. If you are getting confused, guys, just slow down the video, make sure your cube is in the same state, and then see if you can follow along. Okay, let's have a look at another case. So here we actually have all good edges, and this is great. This is what we want to see. However, we want to make sure we put these in the correct order, because we don't want to make any bad edges. As you can see, if we put this blue piece in now, we turn the orange piece bad, and that's not what we want to do. Okay, so as you can see, the green and the blue are already in the right place. They just require one simple move to put down, and they're already matched up with their centers. So what I would do here is I'd simply put the green piece down, I would move this orange piece up, put in the blue piece, and then you've got 2 good edges on the top. It's a simple U2, and then you can either do a middle slice like so, or you can just do the R2, L2, and they're done. Okay, this is an interesting case in which we have all bad edges. None of them are good. And honestly, do not be put off if you get this when you are solving. It's a lot easier than you might think to solve. So as you can see, we have the white and red piece, we have the white and green piece here, and then on the bottom we have white and blue, white and orange. Kind of need to be flipped around. I would start by doing these 2 pieces because it is really easy to solve. If you want to try and do it yourself, just pause the video and see if you can get these 2 pieces in as few moves as possible. What I would do here though is simply an RU, F, RU. And there you go, you've got it done. Those 2 pieces are now solved, and that was much easier than you might think. These pieces are a little bit more tricky, but again, it's not too difficult. You simply need to move one piece up and waste a move, and then you can turn this edge into a good edge really easily and maintaining this good edge. And then simply put them both in, and then you've done the cross. So don't worry if you do get all bad edges, they can be solved a lot easier than you might think. Anyway guys, this has been part 1 of beginners speed solving. If you are looking to get a little bit faster, just try and use some of the tricks I've used here, and remember, 8 moves or less and you can solve this cross. It's much easier than you are thinking. Good luck, and you'll get faster in the end. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below if you have any other tips or questions regarding the cross, and then of course subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have an amazing day.